Who are the bar girls of Thailand? Okay, so this morning I want to talk about all these bar girls. A lot of guys come here, they get very excited about this whole thing, and I understand that. And so who are these girls and where do they come from? That'll give you a little bit of insight into the kind of one big segment of the culture with available ladies that are out single and looking to date here. So your bar girls are typically from the Isan region, which, as I understand it, and I'm not a geographical expert, but generally speaking, I know this is at least mostly, if not 100% accurate. The region may extend further than I'm saying, but it's at least this big. It goes about 45 minutes or so south of Kolat, west of Kolat, the city, all the way north to the border, and all the way east to the border. And that whole area is the Isan region. As you get far up into it, either far north or far east, I think they speak Isan. I know to the east for sure, and I think to the north as well, because the language Isan, I believe, is very similar to the language they speak in Laos, which is probably called Laos. I don't know that culture. And then generally in the biggest area of the Isan region, they actually speak Thai Kolat. But they don't speak Thai Kolat in Kolat. I find that humorous, but welcome to Thailand. So these bar girls, so they come from the Isan region. This is a very family, respect-based, old traditional culture. It's a really cool culture. One of the reasons I decided to come here to Thailand was this really good culture, and I was looking to get really good care, which I need. If you watch this channel, you know I really need some good care. And so some of them are encouraged or flat out told to go there by their families. Some go there under an intentional false pretense to their family, saying, oh, I've got a job as a housekeeper, I've got a job teaching Thai language to somebody, or whatever they say, and they really have a job at the bar. They just don't tell their families that. Some tell them they're working at the bar, but often I think will not tell them what that really entails. And the bar girls offer full escort type services. We'll just leave it at that. Within the bars, there's often apartments above or behind the bar, or sometimes right there on the bar floor. They offer various services, along with serving the alcohol and such. I'm not commenting one way or the other. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just reporting what's here. And so a little bit more about these young ladies. They're typically supposed to be at least 18. Some of them work there until they're 40 or so. As they get older, they tend to move into more of the massage industry. It's a tough business. It's like being a model or making a living on your appearance in any way. You're expected to look good, and as we get older, it's just harder to look good. So you typically see a bar girl, quote unquote, 18 to, I don't know, 35 or something. It can be very hard to tell the age of an attractive Thai lady. Some of them seem to age kind of like we do, and some of them just seem to really defy aging. I think my girlfriend looks incredibly young for her age, and she's quite a bit younger than me anyways. And, I think I'll spend the rest of my life apologizing for, no, she's older than she looks. But, good problem. So a little bit more about these girls. So education, who are you talking to, who are you dealing with? And this should encourage us all to be a little kinder and take it a little easier on these young ladies. They're young. Two, a lot of them, they're coming from the Isan region. This is farm culture. And in farm culture, as has been told to me by people in the education industry, so someone can challenge me on this, but this comes from people inside the education field here in Thailand. And many people all saying the same thing, by the way. Typically your farm workers have an educational level between the 6th and the 9th grade. Some do complete all the way to 12th grade and finish high school. That might be a little less common. 9th grade seems to be a real common thing. And education in Thailand is very language-based. So in terms of social studies, world knowledge of the world around us, again, overwhelmingly, absolutely overwhelmingly, very, very few, I'll just say even very few times, even though World War II took place, they're unaware of the countries in Europe were known as Falang here, which just means foreigner. They know there's different countries and such, but if you were to ask the average, I mean, there's many well-educated people that are much more better educated than I am and all that stuff, but I'm just saying, talking to a farm worker that's maybe only had a 9th grade education, you know, they're going to understand very little. And these people in general, if you were to ask them to distinguish between a German or a French or an American or Canadian, they really wouldn't understand. So now I'm not making fun of someone. I'm trying to garner some sympathy and some empathy. You know, I see Westerners come and really take advantage of these ladies, and you know, I think that's a little unfair. A little sympathy, you know, a little empathy might be in order. These are very young ladies with very few tools at their disposal to understand, and all that. And some are. I mean, you could use the word trafficked by their families. Thai culture can be very hard on the ladies. It really can, and that's one reason they like Western men. Is we don't do those things typically. It's really looked down on if a guy takes advantage of his lady. Where here it might be a little different. It might be a little different. You know, I want to say things carefully because I'm not the world's foremost expert on everything or whatever, and I don't want to offend anybody. And the idea is just to report some of the culture that's here, and you know, and it's interesting with the when I heard about bar girls, I'm like, you got to be kidding. Or how massage works here. The first time someone told me that, I'm like, that can't be right, but it's true. If you know, this is in the tourist areas, you know, and in the tourist areas, you'll get more of that. What people up here in the Isan region refer to as the Thai South culture, and I don't want to get into denigrating anybody because they're in Thai South culture versus Isan culture. I'm a fan of the Isan culture. I live up here, and I'm very happy with my choice. I'm very happy. I did my research, and I'm very happy with what I'm doing. And I want to encourage everybody that's watching these videos, do the same thing. Do your research. And if you like the Thai South culture, you want to live in a tourist area and be around a lot of Western speakers and stuff like that, hey, I get it. I get it. Because living immersed does have its challenges. It's not all rainbows and stuff. It can be hard, you know. You have to really be strong. Emotional fitness. You need incredible emotional fitness because you'll get quite a few slights. You'll get unincluded. Sawadee Kap. You'll get unincluded on things or not included in things. And it can hurt your feelings if you're not strong enough to understand why they're doing that. They're not trying to get you. They just don't understand you, or they're afraid of you. You know, and that's again part of what I'm trying to garner is some mutual understanding. People are starting to show up for work. So that's a little bit on bar girls, who they are. So often limited education opportunities, particularly for women. Many of the older families in the farm culture, traditional families, don't think it's really necessary to, you know, for a lady to get a lot of education, and or they just have the financial imminent need of money. They just need money, and what these girls do is they send a portion of their paychecks and their tips and everything. They send it back to support their family, because again, the burden of supporting the parents and the rest of the family, whoever needs support, falls 100% on the daughters. The sons are left out of that. They have no obligation. The sons have none of it, and it's like when you spoil a child, what you get. The young men here can be like that. Like I've said, I'm working very hard with my girlfriend's boys to have them be responsible, decent people, because our relationship wouldn't survive if they ended up like the adult children of some of my friends' wives or girlfriends. That would be just completely unacceptable to me. You know, I mean, I'm not paying for a car for somebody who will not speak to me. That's being a patsy, in my opinion. That's not being nice. That's just being a doormat. Did that already. I'm not here to be a doormat. So that's back to the point of here, you get to be who you want. And no one's putting it, there's no pressure on you. You can do whatever you want. You're within reason, respectfully, and just live your life. That's the awesome thing about Thailand. And there's no real social obligation as a foreign man. I don't have to do anything. I mean, not like a jerk, but like, I'm not required to attend a function. I'm not required to go here, other than to be supportive, decent human being, and support my girlfriend with when she's got any kind of business day at work and a uniform day. I come. I've got my workout attire today. I'm really not feeling well today, and so I'm going to go get a massage and lay by the pool all day. So tough life for me. But I'm just really a little under the weather today, just with all my medical stuff going on, and I'm just not feeling it. So I got my full-on uniform on, which I always tell people don't do, but today I'm just not feeling it. But normally I'll dress really nice or whatever. You know, if there's a particular color I need to wear, because they're very team spirited here. Everybody's wearing a certain color in government at certain times. You'll see that here. You know, I do all that stuff, and I'm very supportive of her. I'll buy snacks, coffee, whatever's needed. I bring it, and I'll serve everybody. I'm a Christian, so I believe in a servant type of religion and relationships with people. So I'll do all that stuff and be supportive. But if her family is, sometimes I think they need their time to just go and do their Isan culture. And sometimes they're eating and stuff, and I don't join in. I'm tired. I'm going to sit and read my book, or I need to take a walk because my back hurts or something, you know. Or that's a day I'm going over working out with a friend, or you know, whatever. You know, going to go have coffee with a friend, you know. And but I can kind of be on my schedule, and you can do that here. Versus when I was married in the West, I was stuck with all these obligations. You know, and some I liked and some I didn't. You know, and you know, that's that. So, all right, bar girls and who they are.